Look around. Every single day, someone is trying to tell you who you should be, how to think, what to believe, what to say, how to look, who to become in order to be liked, to be accepted, to avoid judgment. But here's the truth. No one says out loud. The moment you start living by someone else's rules, you stop being yourself. You lose your essence, your power, your uniqueness. You start copying other people's behaviors, putting on masks, one after another. And at some point, you can't even remember who you truly are. All you know is how to be right, how to be acceptable, how to be convenient, but not how to be real, not how to be you. You weren't born to be a copy. You didn't come into this world to fit in. You're here to shine, to be real, to be whole, to be yourself. You know why you feel anxious, empty, or dissatisfied even when everything seems fine? Because you've been pretending for too long, because deep inside you, there's a person screaming to come out, and you're not letting them breathe. You're trying to conform instead of just being. But in this world, you don't need to fit in. You need to unfold. Not pretend to be someone else, but boldly become who you are, even if it's strange, even if it's misunderstood, even if it's loud, uncomfortable, or too much. At least it will be real. Because real strength isn't about being like everyone else. Real strength is about being exactly who you are, no matter what, without masks, without excuses, without fear. From a young age, we're told, be a good kid, don't stand out, follow the rules. And you grow up thinking the world rewards those who please others. That you must be agreeable, that you must never be too much, too loud, too emotional, too ambitious, too free. And so you start shrinking, trimming yourself to fit someone else's mold. You tone down your voice because someone said it's too sharp. You hide your dreams because someone called them unrealistic. You betray yourself just to stay in circles that stopped serving you long ago. But here's the truth. You don't have to be convenient for the world. You have to be authentic for yourself. How many people waste years living someone else's life? Studying what they don't care about, working jobs that make them feel empty, building relationships where they lose themselves, all for the sake of fitting in, of being liked, of not being weird. But every time you go against yourself, you pay a price that's too high. You betray the one person you'll spend your entire life with, yourself. True freedom begins the moment you say, enough. When you decide to stop being who the world wants you to be and start being who you truly are. And yes, it will be scary at first. People will pull away. Some will judge. Some won't understand. But do you know what happens next? You'll finally breathe. For the first time in a long time, you'll feel alive. You won't play roles anymore. You won't overthink every word. You won't pretend. You'll just be. Simply, fully, powerfully, be. And in this state, you will become truly strong because being yourself is an act of inner courage. It's a challenge to society, to the system, to fear itself. It's a path not meant for everyone, but it's the only path you can walk with honesty. You stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for approval. You stop depending on other people's opinions because you no longer need to be someone else. You already are. Being yourself is not just a slogan on a t-shirt. It's not an inspiring quote on social media. It's a question of life and inner wholeness. When you refuse to be yourself, you destroy your foundation. You build a house on someone else's blueprint with someone else's materials to fit someone else's expectations. And one day, that house will crack. Because you cannot live a life that isn't truly yours forever. Do you know what happens when a person stops being themselves? They become anxious, constantly exhausted, perpetually unsatisfied, because their soul is screaming from betrayal, but they can't hear it. They drown that inner voice with work, distractions, procrastination, and the endless pursuit of external validation. You can't be truly happy if you're not living in alignment with yourself. No matter how much money, recognition, or applause you get, if you're empty inside, none of it will ever mean anything. Happiness is a side effect of wholeness, and wholeness begins with being honest with yourself. Why is being yourself necessary? Because your voice matters, your ideas are valuable, your path is unique, because the world doesn't need more copies. It needs people who aren't afraid to be originals, people who are willing to be misunderstood just to remain true to themselves. You're afraid that if you show your true self, you'll be rejected? Maybe. But you know for sure that if you keep pretending, you'll reject yourself, and that hurts even more. People sense truth. They're drawn to those who don't wear masks, to those who speak from the heart, who don't play a role but live authentically. These are the people who change the world. These are the people who inspire. Do you want to be one of them? Then stop hiding. Stop staying silent. Stop betraying yourself for someone else's comfort. Being yourself isn't weakness, it's strength. Deep, grounded, undeniable strength. A strength that doesn't need to prove itself. It just exists. And if you want to truly live, there is no other way. You don't have to be liked by everyone. You don't have to be convenient, easy to understand, or familiar. You just have to be you. Your uniqueness isn't a flaw, it's your superpower, but it will only activate when you stop hiding it. When you stop apologizing for who you are. When you stop sanding down the edges of your soul to fit inside someone else's box. Yes, being yourself means sometimes going against the current. It's not always easy. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's lonely. Sometimes it's terrifying. But do you know what's worse? Living your entire life in a role. Living someone else's story. Living in such a way that one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to say, now it's okay to be yourself. You already can. Start speaking the way you truly think, not the way others expect, not the way that's acceptable, not the way that's comfortable. Speak the truth as it sounds inside you. Let your words be raw, strange, imperfect, so long as they're real. Let them carry the weight of your experience, the pain of your failures, the light of your victories. Stop filtering yourself through other people's expectations. Stop being afraid of being misunderstood. Real freedom begins where the need to please others ends. Start doing what you genuinely love, not because it's trendy, not because it brings applause, not because it gets results. Do it because it makes you come alive, because it ignites your eyes, because it makes time disappear, because it's something you do even if no one saw it, no one paid you, no one clapped. That is your path. Start choosing what resonates within you, even if it doesn't make sense, even if no one else understands, even if it terrifies you. That voice inside is not a weakness, it's a compass, a calling, an intuition that leads straight to your inner truth. The world will try to knock you off course. It will pressure you, manipulate you, shout at you. But you must protect the inner silence where you can still hear yourself. Yes, you will make mistakes. You will be disappointed. You will fall. And that's okay, because being yourself doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest, open, real. And the path of authenticity is never easy. It's a road without instructions, without guarantees, but also without lies. Every step on that road is a step deeper into your true self. You will change. Because no one walking forward stays the same. Don't be afraid to change your form. Be afraid of losing your essence. Grow, adapt, evolve, rethink, but never betray yourself. Don't become a stranger to your own soul just to be accepted, liked, or praised. All of that is temporary, but you are forever. And here's the most important truth. Only by being yourself can you unlock your full potential, not someone else's version of success, not some invented ideal. Yours, true, deep, unique. The one that was placed in you from the moment you were born. The one that can't be replicated or replaced. You can't live fully if half of your energy goes into pretending. Pretending is wasting your life. Living is uncovering who you really are. But the moment you drop the mask, you step into your power. Real power. Quiet power. Not showy, not performative. The kind that rises from within. The kind that makes you calm in chaos, certain in silence, alive in every storm. That strength doesn't shout. It doesn't need applause. Because it doesn't come from the world, it comes from your core.